In 1571, the Yucatán public became sick to the plague. One man tracked down a plant and alongside others, drank it. The substance turned individuals blue and made them unequipped for taking in air. They immediately moved to the sea and made a progress in the profound water, Talokan. One of the ones who ingested the plant had a child named Talokan. The child grew up to become leader of Talokan. At the point when Fen passed on, she requested to be covered on the land. Talokan drove a few gatekeepers up to the land where he saw a development. They went after the development to account for his mom's entombment. One of the locals referred to him as Namor, signifying the kid without adoration. Shuri works in her lab, making a solid attempt to make a counterfeit hard-molded spice to use for her sibling and Wakanda's top dog, T'Challa, who is passing on from a sickness. Wakanda is experiencing difficulty with different countries needing their vibranium. The Dormilaje discover French military men attempting to take from their station. Afterward, Ramonda converses with the unified countries and uncovers the French's endeavor to take. She reminds the nations that despite the fact that the Dark Jaguar is gone, they will in any case battle. At a mining station, Americans mine in the sea utilizing a vibranium locator that was made by a MIT understudy, Riri Williams. They utilize this to find vibranium in the sea. Out of nowhere they go under assault by Talokanals who don't need them taking their vibranium. The final helicopter of survivors is struck somewhere near Namor. In Wakanda, Ramonda and Shuri go to the water and grieve the year since T'Challa's passing. Namor then, at that point, shows up, overcoming the boundary by going under the water. He uncovers to them the presence of Talokan and believes that their assistance should prevent outsiders from taking vibranium. He additionally makes sense of that Wakanda isn't the main spot that has vibranium, Talokan has it as well. Ramonda berates him, stressed of his presence. He lets them know he will kill the researcher who created the machine and that they can help him, yet they can't impede him. Shuri and Okoye go to meet Everett Ross, who gives them the name and area of the youthful researcher, in spite of conceivably offering private data. Okoye and Shuri then, at that point, go to Cambridge, Massachusetts to track down Williams. They follow her to her carport where she uncovers that she is chipping away at an Iron Man-type covering. Be that as it may, they are trailed by the FBI. The three move away, Okoye in a vehicle, Shuri in a bike, and Williams in her shield. Abruptly, they are met by Talokanals, Atuma, and Namor. A short engagement closes in Shuri and Williams getting caught. Ross shows up at the scene the following day and meets with his ex, Valentina Allegrida Fontaine. He additionally tracks down Kimoyo globules and conceals them. In Wakanda, a goaded sovereign Ramonda denounces Okoye for losing Shuri, which is exacerbated by past episodes. For example, when she apparently favored Killmonger when he usurped the lofty position, and flames her from her situation as Broad. Shuri and Williams awaken in Talokan. Namor shows Shuri the civilization, attempting to persuade her regarding his beliefs, in any event, giving her his mom's armband. In any case, she differs in killing Williams. In the interim, Ramonda goes to Haiti to see Nakia, who had left Wakanda 6 years earlier. She requests that Nakia track down Shuri for her. Nakia does a few spying and sorts out the area. She then, at that point, breaks Williams and Shuri out as Ramonda converses with Namor about his arrangement. They return to Wakanda, however just for additional torture as Namor and his kin attack. They flood the city causing a hard and fast conflict. Namor deals with all of the Wakandan vehicles prior to flooding the royal chamber holding Ramonda and Williams. Williams begins suffocating, so Ramonda swims to save her. She can get Williams to somewhere safe and secure, however just to suffocate all the while. Shuri grieves her mom's passing as Namor tells her she is sovereign at this point. He and his kin then, at that point, leave the country. In the interim, Allegrida Fontaine figures out that Ross has been speaking with Wakanda this entire time and has him captured. M'Baku converses with Shuri after the memorial service and gives her ethical judgment that she shouldn't kill Namor. He then tells her he will give lodging to the dislodged Wakandans following the assault. Shuri then, at that point, utilizes Namor's mom's wristband to make the counterfeit heart-molded spice, which at last works. She goes to the astral plane in the wake of taking it and is welcomed by Eric Killmonger, who claims they are something similar. They contend a peace before Shuri claims she will kill Namor out of retribution. Shuri awakens and makes herself a suit. She then drops into a gathering among M'Baku and the elderly folks as the Dark Puma. In the arrangement of the fight, Shuri and Williams understand that they could debilitate Namor by warming his body up to where it can't get oxygen. They then, at that point, make a second Ironheart shield. Shuri gives Okoye new reinforcement, acting similar as Iron Man's also, called the 12 PM Heavenly Messengers. Okoye initiates Annika to be separated of her two-lady group. In the sea, they utilize a vessel to bait the Talokans into a snare. The fight starts as Namor appears to acquire the upper hand. Notwithstanding, Dark Puma traps him in a Regal Claw warrior as they remove off from the fight. In the meantime, the Dora Milaje battle the Talokans on the vessel while the Jabari clan, Nakia, and the others fight the ones on top. Ironheart and the 12 PM Heavenly Messengers deal with the airborne Talokans. Dark Jaguar warms up the Regal Claw warrior, debilitating Namor, however he starts to break out with his lance. Dark Jaguar shoots an impact from her vibranium gloves which detonates the entire boat, sending the two enemies into the island underneath. The two battle some more until Namor pierces Shuri. Nonetheless, rather than polishing her off, he is more stressed over getting to the water before he kicks the bucket. A harmed Dark Puma breaks free and gets before the limping Namor. She then hollers Wakanda until the end of time as she shields up, sending an impact from the detonating claw contender into Namor. He is set burning as he falls. She remains over him to polish him off, however recalls her sibling, T'Challa. With these recollections of the man he was, she chooses to save Namor's life the length of he gets back to Talokan. Namor has appreciation for the Dark Jaguar and joins her as they return to the battle scene and advise everybody to quit battling. Once more Dark Jaguar then hollers Wakanda until the end of time as the rest rehash it back. In the result, Williams gets back to MIT without her defensive layer as the Wakandans need no discussion with letting her keep it. Shuri leaves for Haiti as opposed to trying for the privileged position, which eventually is tested by M'Baku. Afterward, Namor paints in his room as Atuma welcomes him. Namor guarantees her that their new coalition with Wakanda will be advantageous. En route to jail, Okoye breaks Ross out of authority. In Haiti, Shuri meets with Nakia prior to leaving for the ocean side where she consumes her memorial service stylized robe in understanding to Ramonda's desires, permitting her to lament T'Challa at last. In a mid-credits scene, Shuri discovers that Nakia and T'Challa have a child, Toussaint, who Nakia has been bringing up stealthily distant from the strain of the privileged position. Toussaint uncovers his Wakandan name as T'Challa,